Welcome to the Wisdom Within, and this is the podcast where we explore the depths of self-awareness, energy alignment, and the journey to living a more harmonious and fulfilled life. I am Lara Jaye, and today we're diving into a deeply personal yet universal topic: loneliness and the energy we attract in our relationships. It's based off chapter 13, entitled Lonely People, from my best-selling book, The Wisdom Within, Cracking the Secrets of Meaning, Purpose, and Security. Have you ever felt like you're navigating life alone, even when you're surrounded by people? Like there's this invisible wall between you and the world, making you question where you truly belong? You know, loneliness isn't just a passing emotion, it's an epidemic. Studies show that more people are single now than ever before. Yet society continues to prioritize and glorify romantic relationships, making those who are unmarried feel like they're somehow lacking, incomplete, or unworthy. This silent yet pervasive conditioning runs deep. The world is designed for couples. Dinner reservations, travel packages, even tax benefits all favor the idea of two is better than one. And while love and partnership are beautiful, this narrative ignores a fundamental truth. Wholeness is not found in another person. It's something you cultivate within yourself. Many of us, especially those of us who have been through a divorce or significant life transitions, have found ourselves asking the same haunting question: why do I keep attracting the same kind of people? Maybe it's unavailable partners, emotionally wounded lovers, or even toxic relationships that repeat in cycles. The truth is, what we carry within us is what we manifest externally. And until we do the deep work to shift that inner landscape, we will continue to attract the same patterns over and over. It took me a long time to understand that my dating history wasn't just a series of unfortunate coincidences. It was a mirror reflecting my subconscious beliefs, unhealed wounds, and generational patterns I had yet to clear. When I first re-entered the dating world after my 25-year marriage ended, I found myself attracting alcoholics. It confused me because I barely drank, but then I realized alcoholism ran deep in my family lineage. It was an energy imprint in my field, even if I had consciously chosen to walk a different path. My energy was unconsciously resonating with that frequency, drawing it toward me like a magnet. And it wasn't just that. I noticed that men with financial instability were showing up repeatedly. Here I was, financially independent, yet I kept meeting men who were struggling to even afford basic living expenses. Why? Because deep within me, I carried a fear. If someone has more power than me financially, they will control me. This belief had roots in my past, where I had once felt powerless in financial matters. And because that fear was still active in my energy field, I kept attracting partners who wouldn't challenge that fear, but would instead confirm it. We live in a world that celebrates external validation. Relationships, job titles, social status, these are often the metrics by which worth is measured. But what if your highest purpose, your deepest truth, isn't found in external labels, but in the quiet, expansive space within you? Loneliness can be a powerful teacher. It forces us to confront the parts of ourselves we've ignored. It calls us to deepen our self-awareness, to recognize that true connection doesn't start with another person. It starts with how intimately we know and accept ourselves. There's a reason why solitude is often the path of mystics, healers, and visionaries. When we strip away distractions, we meet ourselves at the core. And from that place, we begin to cultivate a love so expansive that it can never be confined to a single relationship. It overflows into everything we do. But let's be real. Embracing solitude doesn't mean pretending that longing for connection does not exist. It's natural. We are wired for love, for touch, for deep, meaningful relationship. The problem isn't the desire for connection. It's the belief that our worth depends on it. So how do we shift this narrative? How do we stop looking at being single as a temporary waiting room for real life to begin? The answer lies in recognizing the profound opportunity that solitude offers. It's a portal to self-mastery, a chance to refine your energetic field, to deepen your spiritual connection, to build a relationship with yourself so unshakable that when the right connections do come, they are simply an enhancement, not a completion. Here are 3 key shifts that changed everything for me. Number 1, clearing the emotional imprints. Our bodies hold the memories of every heartbreak, betrayal, and disappointment. These emotions don't just disappear. They become lodged in our energy fields, shaping the way we experience life and relationships. Through energy healing, light language, and intentional release work, I began clearing these stored emotions. I spoke love into the wounds. I rewired my nervous system to stop associating love with danger. Number 2, rewriting the story. Instead of carrying the belief I am lonely, I began affirming I am deeply loved. I am magnetic to healthy, aligned partnerships. My presence is valuable and seen. And I didn't just say these affirmations, I embodied them. I began to walk through the world as if they were already true. I chose to sit in the energy of love before it showed up externally. And number 3, shifting from finding love to being love. For so long, I was focused on finding someone to fill the space of loneliness. But the real transformation happened when I turned that love inward. I created a life I adored, one that was full, rich, and vibrant, with or without a partner. I cultivated self-trust, deepened my spiritual connection, and expanded my joy for capacity. And then something incredible happened. The people I attracted began to change. The energy shifted. No longer was I calling in chaos and disappointment. Instead, I started meeting people who were whole within themselves. Why? Because I had finally become whole within myself. Loneliness is not who you are. It's simply an invitation to turn inward and realign with the truth of your being. If you're in a season of solitude, let it be a time of deep transformation rather than despair. Use this time to clear the old patterns, rewrite your story, and expand your self-love. Because the moment you shift your inner world, your outer world will follow. The love you desire already exists. It's just waiting for you to vibrate at its frequency. Thank you for joining me on this episode. And if it resonated with you, I would love to hear your thoughts. We have only 2 more episodes in this podcast season. And until next week, keep listening to your wisdom within.